Looks like we have found our opponent against Juju. Alright, Juju, what you got for us? Juju has a very interesting team with Uxie. Oh, Regigigas, y'all already know. We got Regigigas Uxie, which is a very rare pick. Incineroar, Landorus, Ogerpon, and Weezing. So, naturally, this team is going to try to focus on using Regigigas to get big hits pretty quickly. Dragonite's ability and Goldengo's ability, for the most part, don't really come into effect. That much in this battle. So I feel like they would be really helpful. Yeah, I don't think that Drakion is it. I like the idea of my own Incineroar threatening Fake Out. I can use my Goldengo, maybe Dragonite, and Melodic in the back. Yeah. So the idea behind this is that we want to try to knock out Regigigas as fast as possible. And I think the combination of Goldengo and Incineroar might be able to do it. I can Fake Out Regigigas and then immediately use Make It Rain, or use, that might be it. I'll give it the choice specs there. So, it's actually Weezing and Incineroar. Very interesting, versus my own Incineroar and Goldengo. So, yeah, we're gonna get Neutralizing Gas coming up. But Incineroar's ability, I always forget, that's how people do that, is using the ability Shield, so you can still use Intimidate. I don't mind the Intimidate as much. I will Fake Out their own Incineroar. I don't know what Weezer would want to do. I think it would want to Protect, right? I don't mind, honestly, tricking their Incineroar for now. Give it the focus, give it the choice specs. Because if I was Weezing, I might pip it out or switch. Yeah, Protect. I didn't want to run into that quite yet. Okay, I get the Fake Out off, which is great. And I get to use Trick on Incineroar, meaning Incineroar is now stuck with choice specs. And I get the ability Shield. So that means that I don't have to worry about a Parting Shot into their Incineroar. And I think I will switch into Dragonite. That's funny. I get to not be affected by Weezing's Neutralizing Gas anymore. Okay, so Incineroar does go for knockoff. Ooh, a considerable amount of damage, given that. And I get a Fire Off Parting Shot, which is great. I think I'll go for Goldengo for now. This is interesting. Okay, and Weezing goes for Taunt. But Taunt actually won't work on Goldengo anymore. So, I do feel confident in this next play, where I am going to double up into the Incineroar slot. We do know it has knockoff, right? So I'm going to use Thunderbolt, and I'm going to use Stomping Tantrum on it. I could also use Make It Rain, but I think my problem here is that I'm not sure if the double up that way is going to get the KO. Weezing switches out, which is totally fine. That means Incineroar's Intimidate reactivates, but I'm... Landorus comes in. Okay. Sure. But I have Inner Focus. So that's not going to do too much here. But the Stomping Tantrum plus Make It Rain will be... Thunderbolt will be helpful. And I get to knock out their own Incineroar. So, looking decently. And looking pretty decent here. Yeah, the ground offense by the Landorus definitely is kind of tough. And they do bring in Ogerpon. Okay. Alright, this is interesting. Ogerpon, obviously... Okay, so they didn't have Regigigas, which is kind of a good and bad thing. How much do I need Goldengo? Goldengo, I don't really need as much. You know? So I kind of want to trick on their Landorus. And I want to actually switch out Dragonite for my Incineroar. This allows me to reset what attack I use, and I could probably use something like Extreme Speed in the endgame, which will be really helpful. If Landorus decides to switch out, then that'll be really helpful for him. Melodic coming in later. Ogerpon goes for Spiky Shield. Great. I don't mind. and I get to trick their Landorus, which is kind of helpful here. So I get Assault Vest. Oh, well, that doesn't actually help out a lot, any actually. So that's not great. I do get to survive, which is nice, but I think one of the challenges here is that it's pretty easy for them to pivot Landorus out. Yeah, Golden Go has pretty much done its job. So I'm going to fire off a Make It Rain in case I get it off, but it's pretty easy for Landorus to just target down Golden Go. Actually, no, it's not. We saw that the trick went before the Stomping Tantrum. So I will Make It Rain, and I will Fake Out into Ogre Pond. There we go. Oh, a crit on top of that. Ooh, I was not asking for that. Because at this point, Golden Go has pretty much done its job. It's not going to be that much damage, unfortunately. But I think now the opponent has to ask themselves what they want to do. Dang, Golden Go missed. I actually wanted Golden Go to take that hit. I'll Make It Rain again. I'll put in Melodic this time. Melodic's Terra honestly looks pretty good too. Landorus switches out, which is actually great for Melodic. We love to see it. And Wheezing comes back in. That means I could potentially pivot out Golden Go as well. But yeah, Neutralizing Gas comes into effect here. Incineroar comes out, leaves. I'm trying to think. I'm at -1. Am I expecting a Terra coming up? And we are going to get IV Culture Woods going into Golden Go. Perfectly fine. Okay, I think I'm going to go into Golden Go this time around. Alright, Incineroar this time around. I don't really care about what Weezing has to offer, so I don't mind using both Fake Out and Ice Beam. Do I Ice Beam Ogre Pond? Yeah. Okay, sure. Trying to think. Wheezing Poppy's gonna taunt my own Incineroar. Poison Gas. Oh, shoot, that's interesting. Incineroar misses, but it does poison Melodic. This is funny. If I was Marvel scale now, it would actually be helpful. This is interesting because I kind of want to KO Wheezing now. I feel like I can with both a combination of Flare Blitz and Ice Beam into Wheezing. What this does, or I could KO Ogre Pond using Flare Blitz onto it, and then Ice Beam into it as well. Okay, so Ogre Pond is going to Terra. I would imagine it's going to be Ogre Pond tearing. Okay, so the double up does help us out. These are two not very effective attacks going into it, but at least well, and thanks to Neutralizing Gas, Embody Aspect doesn't kick in. The one challenge, though, is that Ogre Pond does have an opportunity to get a really strong Point Leech off. Yeah, that's the one thing I wasn't a big fan of. This is a little bit tougher. I feel like there is definitely areas where I could have improved this. Yeah, the Ice Beam's not going to do much. We're going to get Poison Gas coming in. The Poison Gas is pretty interesting of trying to poison the Pokemon I have and lowering their attack power here. That does a lot, though. So shout out to Flare Blitz, actually, still doing a decent amount of damage here. I don't mind using... actually, I don't mind switching out Incineroar into Dragonite, and I will use Alluring Voice this time around on Ogre Pond. Okay, dang. Not bad for us. I think we still have some slight advantage here. Because that means if everything is around extreme speed KO range, and I do a decent amount of damage on Landorus, then I might be able to pin down Ogerpon, which will be helpful. Okay. And then Clear Smog kicks in. So not too much damage there. So Weezing itself doesn't really offer offensive pressure, but we do need to try to knock it out if we can. So I'm going to Extreme Speed here. And I'm actually going to Scald Weezing. The main thing is that if we... Oh yeah, so we're able to knock out Landorus, which is great. And I get to fire off this Scald into Weezing as well. That does a lot. Oh, that crit. I don't get a burn either, unfortunately. The Poison Gas, unfortunately, means that Dragonite is poisoned. And that means it's on a ticking timer. And then Weezing does reveal Black Sludge. Okay. Yeah, we're pretty low. I definitely can see Ogerpon deciding, hey, you know what? I am going to protect. Oh, no. Great. That's not great. Losing Melodic on that turn really hurts, because I can definitely see their play. They want to double protect here, right? We want to Extreme Speed Weezing and then fake out Ogerpon. But, yeah, Spiky Shield and then Weezing's going to protect, right? Yeah. If Dragonite gets one more turn to survive, then I think we can win this. Okay, Incineroar for sure will survive, which is helpful. But it really boils... Yeah, and I wanted to make sure I don't run into the Spiky Shield immediately. Okay, this is it. This is a pretty close finish here. Okay, Dragonite gets one turn to win. And Incineroar also gets one turn to win. Oh no, Incineroar will be able to win longer, but I need a Extreme Speed now and then Flare Blitz into Weezing. A double Protect will definitely spell it as game over. Okay, we're able to knock out Ogerpon. Can Incineroar get the final KO and knock out Weezing? We get to fire off the Flare Blitz! No! We didn't get the KO yet! Oh no! That's not good! And yeah, you just Clear Smog Incineroar. Oh my goodness. Oh no, we didn't have enough firepower. Dragonite's gone. Oh man. That hurts. Okay. I lost. Weezing just has to protect. Ah, man. That hurt so much. Yeah. Dang. That was... I mean, we played to our outs on that one, so I can't be mad at that one. That was definitely... Oh, this was a nail biter. This was a nail biter, but dang. Yeah. The Poison Gas tech on Weezing was something. I think it was a really smart tactic. Helped lower my... I admit this team has a little bit more bulk to it. But, man, that hurt a lot. Ah, oh, man. And we found it, too. Like, we were like, alright, you're gonna double protect. I get the KO on Ogerpon. And then, if I did enough damage with Flare Blitz, that would have been it. But, yeah, that Weezing definitely super bulky. Well played from my opponent. Well done, Juju. That was a great battle. But, dang, that was close.